Today we're going to give our review and first impressions of the KTM E5. Alright, the KTM E5 is a great bike for those kids who are coming up from a PW. The one that we have riding it now transitioned from a Stasic 12-inch to a PW 50 and now to the E5. Now when he went to first get on the E5, he was too short for it, couldn't touch his feet to the ground. One of the great features about the E5 is we were able to lower it. I'll show you how to do that in a second, but essentially it's you take a spacer out under the seat and then you lower the subframe one notch on each side. That's 2 bolts on each side. And then you can adjust the rear shock to a different position, which lowers it even further. So pretty much 3 quick things. It takes 20 minutes total to lower it. And now he's 6 years old and now he can touch both feet to the ground. Fits him perfectly. Another nice feature of the E5 is this tether string here. So if they fall, they don't, the bike immediately shuts off and no more throttle. Well, I know a lot of motocross parents don't necessarily use it. They basically tie them up during the races so the bike doesn't ever shut off. But what can happen is if you fall to the right side and that throttle gets pinned, that rear wheel and that chain is exposed, so it's going to just keep spinning at full speed. There are 6 speeds to the E5. So when he transitioned from the PW to the E5, it was a little bit taller for him. I put it on speed number 2, and he has since gone up to speed number 3. He's still not too aggressive on it, still kind of getting used to the bigger bike. I know a lot of the motocross kids ride on 5 and 6, which is supposed to be nearly equivalent to the KTM 50 SX. One of the main concerns I hear about this bike is battery life. So if you're riding it on speeds 5 or 6, it's gonna last you 25 to 30 minutes if you're on the throttle hard. If you're riding on speeds 2 through 4, it's gonna last an afternoon. So last time we rode it, we started riding it around lunchtime, rode to about 4 o'clock, came in for a 20-minute break. I turned on the generator, charged it up for 20 minutes. That gave us an extra hour of ride time. You're gonna get a good afternoon, an entire afternoon of riding, especially if you have a generator. With this bike, you do have to bring your generator and the charging apparatus to the track. It's just gonna have to be part of your life. So who would I recommend this bike for? Let's talk about the bikes that are available to kids, 6-7-year-olds. We have the CRF 50F, the TTR 50, which are 4-strokes, and in the 2-stroke categories, we have the Cobra 50 and the KTM 50 SX with obviously the gas and the Husky too. So this bike, I think it's kind of right in the middle of those 4-strokes and the KTM bikes. So they're not as aggressive as the KTM SX, 50 SX, but they go plenty fast. And my 12-year-old tested this out when we bought it. We went through all the speeds just to make sure they all worked, and he was thrilled with it. He was having fun. He rides a YZ85, and he came back and was like, "Dad, this bike is fast. I'm liking it." So the older kids like it. They kind of think it's a nice little pit bike for them, which it kind of is. My 9-year-old will get on it, put it on speed number 4 and just have a blast. So which bike should you get? Should you get one of the 4-strokes, the Yamaha or the Honda, or should you go with a 2-stroke? I think if you're racing, if you're hardcore, seriously racing, if you're looking to get in one of the amateur nationals, obviously you're probably gonna go with the Cobra or the KTM 50 SX to be competitive. If you ride at the track all day, you might want to go with the gas-powered one too. The downside of those bikes they are the Moto dad's worst nightmare. So maintaining those, the clutch resistance, the stator issues that they have. I know Moto dads who are on their 2nd or 3rd child going through these have all the inside baseball secrets and they can tune these things, not have to replace a lot of parts. But for Moto dads who are doing the KTM 50 SX as their first bike, maintenance nightmare. With this bike, maintenance is really easy. You wash it, you keep it charged. Obviously, you're gonna have to replace the brake fluids on the front and rear every year. Keep the chain tight, inspect the sprocket, the chain, and obviously the tires and tubes and everything. Other than that, maintenance is super easy. So if you are an intermediate rider or an intermediate to advanced motocross rider, this bike is perfect for you. If you're gonna do trails on mode 3 and 4, and I'd say these are 7 to 10 mile trails, bike is also perfect for you. So overall, first impression, it's perfect for us. It was a great step up from the PW50. It's getting him ready for a bigger bike. We have it on the lower level so we can raise it, when he turns 7. And as far as maintenance, I've already got multiple other bikes to maintain and I don't need another one. So this one fits me personally in my situation really well with the low maintenance. So this bike is a winner for us. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the E5 or anything that I can answer, I'll tell you what I know. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, click the subscribe button. We do mostly hair scramble races, and I think our race videos, at least for the adults, are pretty fun. We do the race videos with commentary. Kids races, we just throw the kids out there with the GoPro. But subscribe to our channel if you want to see more moto and cross-country racing.